All right, so let's say, for example, we wanted to solve absolute value of 3 minus x over 5 is greater than or equal to 6, and graph the solution set. Okay, so this one, it's greater than or equal to. So you want to remember absolute value of x is greater than or equal to k, means that x is less than or equal to negative k, or x is greater than or equal to k. Okay, so that means if we apply it here, absolute value of 3 minus x over 5 is greater than or equal to 6, just means, let's say, I'll just put parentheses, kind of separate that, you don't need it. 3 minus x over 5 is less than or equal to negative 6, or, where'd it go? 3 minus x over 5 is greater than or equal to 6. Okay, so now we just solve both of those for x. Okay, so 3 minus x over 5 less than or equal to negative 6. We just multiply both sides by 5. And we move that arrow over a little bit. So we multiply this side by 5 and this side by 5. These two cancel out. So you have 3 minus x is less than or equal to negative 30. Okay, so now we subtract 3 from both sides. So we have negative x is less than or equal to negative 33. Okay, so you can divide or multiply each side by negative 1, and that'll solve for x. But remember, whenever you divide or multiply by a negative number, you have to switch the signs. So x is greater than or equal to 33. Okay. Switch the direction of the sign whenever you multiply by multiply or divide. By a negative number. That's probably the #1 cause of panic on this section. People forget to switch the signs. Be surprised how many emails I get. I tried it 8 times and it still won't work. And that's usually the reason why. Alright, so now solve this one. 3 minus x over 5 is greater than or equal to 6. Okay. Again, multiply both sides by 5. Those two cancel out. So you have 3 minus x is greater than or equal to 30. Subtract 3 from both sides. Oh, move that down just a smidgen. You have negative x is greater than or equal to 27. Again, if you multiply or divide by a negative number, you have x is less than or equal to negative 27. So this applies to this one also. So if we wanted to graph it, you just draw out our number line. And you don't have to write out every single value in between. Just pick your negative 27 and your 33. And since it's less than or equal to, well, greater than or equal to here, less than or equal to here, you're going to use the brackets instead of the parentheses. You only use the parentheses when it's less than or greater than. When you have that equal to, you have to use the brackets. Bless you. Okay, so it's less than negative 27, so that means everything here would make that true. And greater than or equal to 33, so you get in your bracket, and everything here makes this true. All right, and that's your answer. Okay, any questions on that one? All right. Still, looks like, oh, still right. All right. Okay, so let's say, for example, if you wanted to solve the absolute value of x over 8 minus 1 is greater than, I'll say greater than or equal to negative 4. We don't need to graph this one. Okay, and I'll give you a little while to solve that one. All right, you should be done.
Yeah, because it's negative.
Yeah, it's negative. Every number, no matter what you replace x with, this is going to be positive. So it's always going to be bigger than negative 4. Okay, so in this case, everything is a solution. Where before, nothing could be a solution if this would have been less than. But in this case, every value of x is a solution. So you actually have infinite solutions. You actually started to do the work, didn't you? Oh, okay. I thought you started because you went. I was like, oh, she must have started to do the work. Yep. So y'all, whenever you have the greater than or less than, and you see a negative there, you always want to kind of think about it a little bit, because nothing absolute value will be less than a negative number, and everything absolute value will be greater than a negative number. So that kind of cuts away a lot of work. Okay. So since any value or any absolute value is positive, which means it's greater than, or it could be equal to. Well, positive is not the right number. Say non-negative. That's more accurate. Because it's a possibility, it's just equal to 0. Every value of x will make this greater than negative 4. Okay, so you have infinite solutions. Okay, so if you did decide to graph it, it would basically be you'd graph everything. Everything would make this true. All the way from negative infinity to positive infinity. That would be your solution set. All right, so any questions on that one? All right. Let's do writing. All right, so say for example, actually I'll put 3 examples here and let you get started on them. So the first, absolute value, well, let's say you want to solve it. Say absolute value of 9a minus 3 minus 8 equals 4. And let's say you want to solve, what's the next one? Absolute value of 3x minus 2 plus 1 is less than or equal to 5. And let's say if you wanted to solve absolute value of 3x minus 2 is greater than 4. Okay, so I'll let you start on those. started on these. Okay, so for the first one, solve 9a minus absolute value of 9a minus 3 minus 8 equals 4. Okay, so since you have your equal sign, remember absolute value of x equals k means that x can equal k, or x can equal negative k. Okay, so the first thing we have to do here is we have to isolate our absolute value. Okay, so when you have your absolute value of 9a minus 3 minus 8 equals 4, just add 8 to both sides. Okay, so that disappears. So you have the absolute value of 9a minus 3 equals 12. Okay, so now we just apply this to it. Absolute value of 9a minus 3 equals 12 just means 9a minus 3 is equal to 12, or 9a minus 3 is equal to negative 12. And we just solve both of those for a. And we'll just separate that. So 9a minus 3 equals 12. Add 3 to both sides. That gives us 9a equals 15. Divide both sides by 9. You have your a equals 15 divided by 9, which is 5 divided by 3. Okay, so now this one, solve the next one. 9a minus 3 equals negative 12. Add 3 to both sides. Those cancel out. You have 9a equals negative 12 plus 3, negative 9. Divide both sides by 9. A equals negative 1. All right, so any questions on that one? All right. Might as well put that down here. Okay, so for the next one, here we go. Make sure I wrote it down. Absolute value of 3x minus 2 plus 1 is less than or equal to 5. You have that less than or equal to, so we just have to remember absolute value of x is less than or equal to k means that x is greater than or equal to negative k, and, about to write or, x is less than or equal to k. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is we have to get our absolute value isolated. So absolute value of 3x minus 2 plus 1 is less than or equal to 5. We just subtract 1 from both sides. Okay, so we have an absolute value of 3x minus 2 is less than or equal to 4. Okay, so that means, just using that philosophy there, that 3x minus 2 is greater than or equal to negative 4, and 3x minus 2 is less than or equal to 4. Okay, so now we just solve both. And draw the little separator line. So 3x minus 2 is greater than or equal to negative 4. Just add 2 to both sides. Those cancel out. So you have 3x is greater than or equal to negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. Divide both sides by 3. You have x is greater than or equal to negative 2/3. Okay. Remember, we didn't divide or multiply by a negative number, so you don't have to switch any signs. Adding and subtracting is just fine. Okay, so 3x minus 2 less than or equal to 4. We add 2 to both sides. Those two cancel out. So that leaves us with 3x is less than or equal to 4 plus 2, which is 6. Divide both sides by 3. You have x is less than or equal to 2. Oh, clean that up a little bit. Okay, so your solution set would just be negative 2/3 and 2. All right, any questions on that one? Okay. And we have one more. Oh, make sure I wrote it down right. 3x minus 2. Yep, greater than 4. Okay, so now we have our greater than sign. We just have to remember absolute value of x is greater than k. Means that x is less than or equal to negative k, or x, well, no, just less than. I don't know why I added the equal to it. Or x is greater than k. Okay, so we don't have anything other than the absolute value on that side, so we don't have to add or subtract anything. So this just means the absolute value of 3x minus 2 is greater than 4. Draw that a little bit taller.